Well, we're on day 2 of our chicken yard extension. So now it's time to clean up around the edges so we can start putting waratahs in and setting up our fence. So this top gate here, we're going to put a waratah there, staple it to that post, so at least when you open the gate you're not going against the fence itself, stretching it. So we'll put the waratah about there, and I'll just clean up that edge there. We'll move these rocks, and we'll probably run 1, 2, maybe 3 waratahs, then staple it to the corner of that gate fence post, and then run it all the way down the fence line. Our orange fencing there we've got there currently, we've just cable tied around the fence wire itself, and it's worked a treat. It's been there 7 months and hasn't given us a problem. So we'll just do the same thing with our new fence line. So we'll get this little bit done first, get that tidied up. Then we're going to start the other part of the fence along here. So I need to trim back these bushes. There's some rocks in there that will move out of the way so I can put the waratahs in. Let's get that bit done. Alright, we've trimmed along that hedge, tied it up along there. Just got that water hose to tidy up, but I'll wait till we're about to put the fence up and I'll reroute that. I might move that maybe down to here to try and stretch that, maybe hook it to the corner so it's nice and tight along that hedge line there. So I've trimmed back the hedge. I mean, there was all these bushes up here, so you were never able to get to them. So since I've taken them down, I've given the hedge a quick trim with the blade on the weed whacker. So we're down through here. I cut that down about a week ago. That was all overgrown here. And we've got the water that goes under the driveway that's actually fed from the main water supply. They've teed into it. So we've got 2 water supplies here. We've got one up the far end that I just showed you, and we've got one here which we never knew existed, so we'll end up just screwing that to the tree, and we can have a couple of water buckets for the chickens. So the next mission, I'm going to take down this I think it's an old compost bin type thing. It's I've got another use for these bricks. Hopefully a few of them are reusable, and we'll carry on that walkway from that second gate there. So I'll clear this out. We want to run straight across to that gate, so we end up having to trim this part of the hedge here as well, and then we can hit the other side and run down the back the front hedge there, and then we can start putting in some waratahs. Weather's great for it though. This is why I took the week off, just so I can get a few projects done around the property. Most importantly, try and get this area done. And then we can get the chickens, they can start scratching through it. Then we'll see what's really under there. It's been overgrown and neglected for so long, we thought we'd better do something about it. Plus it gives the chickens a bit more room. Later on we could probably turn it into a bit more of a garden, but at this present point in time we haven't got time for that. So we'll give the chickens more room to run around and do their thing, and they'll help clean up this area quite a lot, and then we'll see what we've got left and do a bit more tidying up once they've been scouring through here for a few weeks. Fun and games. managed to clear up most of those bricks. I've just put them in a pile here. I do have another use for them. I'd love to finish off the walkway from gate to gate, but for now I just wanted to clear them away from the hedge so we could get the fence set up. So they're all cleared away from the hedge line there, and I've trimmed up that bit of hedge as well, right up to this post. So we want to run the fence down and then finish it off here at the post. So now we want to start from this post here, that big tree there, the other big tree just through there, and then we'll go around the corner a little bit and then across and down that hedge and join up to the orange fencing down there. We will replace the orange fencing that you can see from the road, so up to that gate here, along this hedge and along a bit of that front bit where the gate meets the fence meets the hedge, we'll run green, and then we'll run orange where you can't see from the road. We just think the green will blend in a lot better and not, you know, be so in your face sort of thing as you're coming up the road. But the orange fencing there, it's just safety netting type stuff. It's been there for 7 months and it's worked really well. So we'll make a start on this front piece here. There's quite a bit of trimming I'll have to do to make a nice fence line. And then we can start putting in some waratahs. I'm quite keen to start at least getting a few in today, and even starting the fence would be absolutely awesome. So I think the weather's meant to pack in on Friday, so we've only really got the rest of today and tomorrow and maybe some of Friday, so better get back to it. Well, yesterday, just when I'd thought I'd finished cleaning up all the offcuts, we got 2 more piles. I've just finished doing all the trimming up around this front part here where we want to put the waratah fence up. Well, we're back to a big pile here. So from here, trimmed up around that tree, got rid of the vine. Trim this bush back. I've trimmed this tree here to head height. I've cut away a lot of that, a lot of the tree branches there, cleared that up. Trimmed up that bush that was there. Here's our second pile. Just in there was another tree that I trimmed up. Trimmed up that bush in there. Trimmed this trunk off here that was overhanging the walkway a little bit. So we'll trim that up. So now I'd like to say that we're ready to start putting in some waratahs. So in the morning I'll get rid of that pile and that pile down in there, and then we're ready to start putting some waratahs in. Well, what a day it's been. Got plenty done, we're getting there. So tomorrow morning I'll drag the ute and trailer down, we'll get rid of these 2 loads There's a bit of stuff up the front there where I trimmed up that very first tree as well when we first started the video, when I was trimming around the front gate. So we'll get rid of that as well. And then we'll start making the fence. It'd be nice to have the chickens in here Friday or Saturday, because back to work Monday. So fingers crossed we get it all done and at least get the chickens out here anyway. There will still be a lot of cleaning up to do. There's a lot of sleepers and stuff, but there's a lot of stuff buried under grass, so we're going to let the chickens go through here for a little bit and then we'll come through and pick the rest out for them. I do have a plan with the old car shell that I've got out the back. I'd like to set it straight in the middle there, set it up with some lights, take the doors off it and just let the chickens, a little bit of a playhouse for them I suppose. Can't let that car body go to waste.